Hi guys, welcome to the News Now Nation channel. Today we are really excited to talk to Dr. Tarang Krishna, and Dr. Tarang Krishna is an oncologist, which means he's a cancer specialist. And today on World Cancer Day, we are trying to do our part to raise a little bit of extra awareness and hopefully bring you some information and insights into the field of oncology that you didn't know already. So thank you so much, sir, for taking the time and talking to us. We're really, really grateful to have you here.
Thank you so much, Mystery. Pleasure is all mine. Anything for cancer, anything where to spread the awareness for cancer, I'm always there. So
Yeah.
pleasure is all mine. Thank you, Mystery. Thank you.
All right. So just to start, just to begin talking about cancer, I think the word cancer still carries so much of fear with it. Like, I remember in the morning when I was connected to you, I was like, my God, this seems like it's going to be a very, very intense discussion because it's still one of those diseases that you don't know how to deal with, and you don't know exactly what are the next steps and how you can prevent it, how you can deal with. And also with, the advent of technology, I think everything can give you cancer. Bread can give you cancer, the laptop can give you cancer, Wi-Fi can give you cancer. So there is so much of an intimidating idea behind the word. So what is your view and what is your opinion to general people who are getting so intimidated by it and who want to probably live a little more mindful life?
Okay. So that's a great question, I must say. So first of all, don't get intimidated by cancer. This word has a lot of fear coming along with it. So people generally get fearful. They generally get scared when it comes to cancer because anybody who's been diagnosed with cancer, they think of that their life is going to end. There is nothing beyond it. They are not able to see. I've seen people where a father has been diagnosed with cancer and his brother, like the son's chachu, he takes the son along to the one side of the room and he says, "Beta, अब तुम जल्दी से शादी कर लो because अब तुम्हारे पापा का तो पता नहीं कब तक होगा,
My
कब तक
God.
रहेंगे हमारे बीच." So you know, just the diagnosis comes along with a death statement, which
Absolutely.
exactly is not the case. So
Mm.
what is the problem is that people don't understand that uh, people don't know about cancer, people don't know about the treatment of cancer, and that's where they feel that having cancer diagnosed is just a death statement, which is absolutely false, which is absolutely not true. Cancer is not a death sentence. Cancer is not a statement for death. It is just like, I would say, it is just a story where you have to begin another story, and you just have to live a life where you can actually come out of it.
Yeah.
So people don't understand how cancer is diagnosed. People don't understand how cancer can be treated. So that's where they get a domain which is completely unexplored. So they feel that they have never been there, their family members have never been there. So that must be scary, which exactly is not. And the problem here in the industry is that people are selling this fear to everyone.
Mm.
Cancer has been such a name where people try to get scared completely, and people are scaring them as well. Oh, cancer ho gaya. It comes with a pity face. Oh, mystery. Very sad to hear that your friend is being diagnosed with cancer. Oh, very sad to hear that so and so is being diagnosed with cancer. But the food for thought is that someone's friend, someone's relative, or someone's family member is being diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah.
It is there in the household story. Like
Yeah.
कोई ना कोई किसी का जानकार जरूर कैंसर से सफर कर रहा है.
Hmm.
So you can't stay away from it. The only thing is you need to understand. I'll say four terms which can actually keep you aware for cancer, which can tell you how you can know about cancer, how you can diagnose cancer at an early stage. And those four words are: constant irritation causes cancer. Anything which is constantly irritating, anything which is constantly irritating. For that example, mother is nursing his child or her child. Sorry, mother is nursing her child, and she's finding a pain in the breast.
Hmm.
So that pain, if left undiagnosed, or that pain, if left
Ah.
untreated for a longer time, leads to cancer. While nursing a child, if that child's elbow, or that infant's elbow, gets hit on the breast of her mother, that even leads to a cyst, which finally leads to cancer. Okay,
Hmm.
someone's cheek is coming time and again in between the teeth,
Hmm.
and we commonly get this cheek bites.
Hmm.
And if that is happening again and again, it might lead to cheek cancer.
Uh-huh.
Someone is getting alternating diarrhea with constipation, or someone is not having irregular bowels,
Hmm.
that might lead to cancer. But what happens is, whenever a person goes to a doctor,
Mhm.
what they've been diagnosed, if it is just the doctors directly write the antibiotics, they just
Yeah,
directly write this. They don't go for a diagnostic test.
correct.
Nobody advises you for an ultrasound. Nobody advises you for a CT scan and MRI. I don't. That's on a later stage. But a simple ultrasound or a simple CBC, complete blood count, can actually save you and your life for the future.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's brilliant, and I think that is a very simple way of saying it. That constant pain causes cancer, and constant
Constant
irritation causes
irritation.
irritation.
Yeah.
Irritation, right? Uh,
And irritation can be at any level, be it
mhm.
emotional, be it social, be it
Mm,
physical, mental.
yeah,
It can be
yeah.
any level.
Yeah,
Yes.
we are holistic human beings and everything is interconnected. So what you're saying makes a lot of sense. When I was in I have obviously not studied biology for a very long time, but what I understand from cancer based on general knowledge, and please correct me if I'm wrong, is cancer is basically the uncontrolled growth of cells, and essentially that is the long and short of what the disease is, that the you cannot control the growth. Am I right when I say that? Is that what cancer is?
You are saying you have not studied biology, Mishri. You have said it absolutely right. You have said it absolutely right. It is the fact that cancer is actually an uncontrolled abnormal growth, which can happen at any given part of the body. So it can
Hmm,
happen anywhere.
I see.
Yes, and the reasons obviously are known to each one of us. It's we going ahead away from nature. The more we are getting closer to technology, the more we are inviting cancer in our lives.
Correct.
Like people who are actually sleeping with Wi-Fi's on, with their phones next to their bed, they're inviting cancer. It is like drop by drop, drop by drop, drop by drop, till a time when that particular DNA gets affected at any given point of time. And that's where, I don't know if I make you understand in a universal law. So there is this theory of latent potential. Uh, that's how
Absolutely.
a small ball which crosses this escape velocity and goes up
Yeah.
immediately. So exactly in the same way, there's this theory of latent potential where small atomic changes
Yeah.
happening in your body may flare up at any given point of time, and nobody knows when. For
Absolutely.
some, it can be 60 years. For some, it
Yeah.
can be 20 years. For some, it is 10 years. So
Yeah.
you never know.
And I think this one line which you have said about the phone and the Wi-Fi has given me a lot of stress, especially because I have to tell you the story. My mother is a very, very well-read woman, and she and I have often had arguments about. She keeps telling me that, Mishi, please put your phone on airplane mode and sleep. And I have been thinking, what is the problem? I'm just going to leave it normally. Another thing she has a huge problem with is if I put my laptop on my lap. And I've said that nothing happens. This is all a myth. I don't know where you read. And I think whenever my mom watches this interview, she is going to not be very pleased. And I am going to get into a lot of trouble for this. But what you're saying is it's so simple to stop doing it. And it's probably much better for your mental health as well if we can put our phones away. But
Yes, Mishri, why? Because I tell you, this has been said that it is a myth. Why? Because these are big industries which are putting in, flooding in so much of money to let you know that this does not has any radiation. This does not have any any impact on your health. But I can name n number of books where, I mean, there's a study which is happening nowadays where it says that if you are having 5G in your home, that 5G signals can actually have reproductive defects in a man's and women's life cycle.
correct.
So those 5G signals can be really harmful for your own body. So you need to understand, it has just been sold by these big companies where they have been told and they have been fed. I mean, you use. I'll take you back to your childhood days. Probably, you must have heard of these big brands selling you those health, which has to be health drinks, which has to be mixed with milk. And they used
Correct.
to say, if you need to have that growth in your body, if you need to have get a height, if you need to get
Mm.
that,
Uh-huh.
active lifestyle, you need to drink this brown colored sugary drink in your milk, and
Correct.
you will have great active lifestyle, and that's your complete food.
Correct.
Now, after so many years, it has been said as it is nothing else but a
Absolutely.
complete sugary drink.
Yeah.
So, similarly, today I know people won't agree to it, but I'm telling you, these phones, these radiation, these chemicals put into your fruits and vegetables, or these radiations, mobile towers, uh, electricity, these sub houses outside your home, they are all a cause of radiation. Where the more we are getting bringing technology closer to us, we are getting much more closer to these
Uh-huh.
lifestyle diseases or these
Uh-huh.
life-threatening diseases.
Correct.
Yes.
And uh, I mean, what you're saying makes sense, and I'm sure the awareness is lacking, especially in my generation. I'm going to take representation of my generation when I say this, because all of us sleep with phones, laptops, iPads, TVs, everything. And you're right. Maybe we should stop. And but it is a little intimidating because, especially given after the corona, after we went into lockdown, my work happens online, my socializing happens online, my me time happens online, everything is taken online. So a little bit of it, I must say, is a little inevitable. Like, I cannot exist in this modern world almost without, if I say that I'm going to stop using my laptop or I'm going to stop using my phone, I will be unemployed then. And so, just to, as a doctor, as somebody who understands this, what is your advice to maybe young people like me who still need to function in a really regular way, who need technology in their lives, but who also want to live a more healthy life?
See, Mishri, I'll say it very simple, in very simple words. Technology can be a great servant but a terrible master.
Hmm.
Make sure it is a servant to you.
Yeah.
You pick it up at your own choice. You pick it up at your own timings. You pick it up and use it at your own whims and fancies, at your own choice. And the moment if it is serving you, I use it completely. I mean, I've been connected with you. All my consultations are happening virtual for completely 8 months. My entire team. Thankfully, we were very much focused with this video conferencing system, where we used to consult with all the patients abroad. We have already, employed all these systems in our centers as well. So thankfully, we were socially aware. But I always say that even if we have done that, the only thing that we got to know about this is through Zoom, right? So
Hmm.
Zoom consultations have just started probably during lockdown,
Hmm.
during April or May. So, but it is a great servant, but a terrible master. The problem is when we, or probably your generation, I would say, would actually start burning out time
Yeah.
using this as a tool. Just before going to sleep, chalo yaar Facebook check kar lete hain. Let's check Instagram, let's check stories, let's check Snapchat. So that's where it is a problem. You need to check it, you can check it. You need to do it, but do it at a time once you are not sleeping. If you have to stay away from cancer, my simple treatment mantra would be MEDS, Meds RX. Okay? Meds RX is something which would make you stay away from cancer for life, the entire generation. M stands for mindset, mindfulness, or meditation. 5 minutes of meditation, 5 minutes of mindset. Mindset would mean being aware of what exactly you're doing. So, right now, if I'm doing a Zoom consultation, I know what all is placed where. So, that's awareness, right? So, being aware about whatever mindfulness.
Hmm.
Mindfulness is a very
Uh-huh.
broad term, but having that correct mindset of knowing what exactly you're doing,
Correct.
but taking a deep breath and knowing about it. So there are so many thought leaders who speak about it, so you can listen to them. So M is mindset or mindfulness. B, uh, E is for exercise. So 30 minutes of exercise, 20 minutes of exercise, yoga, whatever walks that anybody could do, or exercise, anything of that sort, so that you have an active lifestyle. So E is for exercise. D is for diet. So diet would also mean having the correct nutrition. That would also mean not eating while checking your phone in front
Hmm.
and then eating like this.
Hmm.
Not eating in a hurry, not eating in a worry, and not eating the wrong curries.
Ah.
Right? Diet with the wrong curry, diet in a hurry, and diet in a worry. This is something you shouldn't be doing. So when you're crying, you are having a tough conversation with your mom or your dad, and then having your food, absolutely a no-no.
Hmm.
Absolutely, I don't know. Because when you are high in stress, so Gen X and Gen Z are the only people who have the high levels of cortisol. Why? Because they are taking too much of tension.
Correct.
They have the highest awareness. I think मैं अपनी childhood में उतना aware नहीं था जितना आजकल का generation. I'm finding my son much more aware much more literate, much more knowledgeable, much more smarter, much more comfortable, and much more, I would say, you know, awareness about each and everything.
Yeah.
Beat any YouTuber, beat anything, but he knows more than me, right? For cancer.
Yeah.
Just the way you said, I have no knowledge of biology, but still you're knowing about this an uncontrolled growth of cells.
Correct.
So this generation knows about everything. So having the right diet and using it in the right manner is something that can prevent you from cancer.
Uh-huh.
As is sleep, as is sleep, sleeping at the right time, keeping the technology away 1 hour before your bedtime,
Mm.
and having a comfortable sleep where you release melatonin with completely dark room in the right temperature, you have that right sleep.
Mm.
R is relationships. Relationships means meds RX. RX is the treatment. That's what we say. So R is relationships. Your relationships with your mom, your dad, your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, your kids. A relationship is something that it always increases your oxytocin levels, your pleasure hormones, and you have the right set of hormones where you can keep diseases at bay. So
Correct.
आपको कभी बीमार नहीं पड़ोगे if you have the best of relationships,
Mm.
if you have the best support system in your family, and you have that active lifestyle with the right sleep and the right diet.
Mm.
X is that X factor where you know that extra of everything
Mm.
and still aware of how to keep diseases at bay.
Mm.
So MedRx, if you are following it, Mishri, I don't think anybody can get cancer in the lifetime.
Wow. Wow, that's really powerful, and it's so simple, it's not as complex as we make it out to be. And and as you said, as awareness increases, cortisol increases, which is the stress hormone, and everybody is worried all the time. I see it in my friends, I see it in my younger sister, I see it all around me. And there are such few simple things that we can do. I think before we conclude this quick call, I just want to say this, and I think this is how we started, that cancer is a scary word, and I'm not denying the struggle of anybody who's going through it, or the struggle of anybody whose family member is going through it. But I have seen in my family, my grandmom at 80 fight cancer and beat it, and come out of it successfully, fully fit, fully fine, and obviously one of the strongest women I have known in my life, and an incredible force of nature. But truly, if truly, I feel like things can be beaten, and cancer, it is scary,
Absolutely.
but yeah,
And you have seen your grandmother getting healed at
yeah,
85 years of age, and still you are feeling that it is scary. If your force of nature, your grandmother who has fought with cancer and has come out of it, beaten it, and has beautifully come out of it, even at 85 years of age, and
yeah,
still you're using the word scary?
yeah,
No, Shri,
yeah,
absolutely no.
absolutely not, absolutely not.
Yes, yes. Cancer is just a word, it is not a statement. Cancer is just a word. You
It's a
don't need to
word,
get
not a
scared of it.
statement.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I think what you said was so powerful. And as we conclude this interview, I would like to tell everybody who's watching that if you have a family member who's struggling, we are praying for you, we are rooting for you. And if you are struggling, we are still rooting for you. If you have a family member who didn't probably make it, know that they're in a better place and things will feel better. And if you follow some of the basic lifestyle changes, and if you follow, and if you make it a point to remember and be mindful of your living, which is sort of the core of everything you said. I believe mindfulness is at the very core of it. There is a good shot that you will live a healthy, happy life, and which is what we are hoping for right here.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And the theme of World Cancer Day 2021 is I am and I will. So it is a way to tell you, it is a way to remember all the time that you need to be aware of getting the test done at the right time. And I will would mean that you have to give this commitment and you have to affirm as well to yourself and give a commitment to yourself that you would not shy away in getting the test done, come what may, at the right time and at regular intervals of your life.
Mm.
So you have to make sure that you are screening yourself, getting the test done for your body, getting the scans done at the right time, and not shying away from getting it done and living a life out of fear.
Absolutely. Awareness is key. Awareness takes away from fear. And people become more aware when people like you take out the time to do interviews like this and talk to the general public. And oncologist isn't this alien term which we only talk to when things are terribly wrong. But there are people we talk to on days like today when we just want to learn a little bit more. So, again, thank you so much for taking the time, Doctor. We are really, really grateful. And we hope this helps whoever watches it. Thank you.